of the Spirit's work in the self, in me, to be able to be given room, then it ministers to others in ways you don't even know. So I've been praying over the talks for a few months, and God's going to do what He will in you in that. And I've asked you at the beginning of the retreat to cooperate with the Holy Spirit so that when in a talk, if you feel a spark, if a spark dances across the sight of your heart, then go with it and allow the Holy Spirit to inflame that in you. And in a gathering like this, I simply ask that if the Spirit prompts you, that is, if you feel that prompting of the Holy Spirit, that little quickening of the heart, and even sometimes, the movement of your will against your own will, it's like, no, I'm not going to say anything. I don't want to say anything, but I really don't want to say anything, then that's probably the Holy Spirit. And if then you speak with the Holy Spirit about what He's been doing in your heart, which it can be a simple insight. It's like, I'd never thought of before, and blah. Or this keeps coming up in my prayer while I'm here. Whatever it is, if it's an image, if it's a word, if it's an insight, if it was a particularly powerful little prayer session, whatever has been of God, and you feel the prompting to share it, then the Spirit of unity begins to work a work among us and ministers to us. And you might have a word of knowledge or prophecy by virtue of your own prayer time with God that's meant for somebody else and you don't know it. Because it's the Spirit at work who knows each of our souls and was intentional in bringing us all together. This is not a mistake. And so an assembly like this is essentially an act of trust in God who makes us one. So we'll start with prayer. We'll invoke the Holy Spirit into this space anew and with new power. And then I'll just shut the mic off. And then if you feel that prompting to speak of the spark or sparks that you've dealt with in the last 24 hours, then feel free to do so. And we'll take about a half hour to do that. And it's not a running dialogue or commentary. So if somebody speaks, it's not like, then it's your turn to say, but you know what, I think what you really mean by that. No. Respect what the Holy Spirit lifts up in another. It's not about starting a dialogue or a commentary. It's utterly Marian receptivity to the gift of the Holy Spirit. And we just allow that to work among us. So let's just take a moment to quiet our hearts.